Hey guys, it's Sandra, and today I would like to invite you to, just sit down, grab a nice drink because it might be a long video and I'm going to share with you my favorites. Now, this is not something I think I'm going to do every single month. Oh, excuse my hair. Just because I don't think I use enough different products from month to month to gather some favorites. But maybe each season? I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But for now I have a couple of favorites that I would like to share with you. And also please leave in a comment down below what are some of your favorites, because I always like finding new products even though I shouldn't spend my money. So let's just hop into it. I'm gonna start with skincare. I only have one skincare item, which is this baby. It's the Elemis Pro Collagen Rose Cleansing Balm. And I've already wrote a post about this on my blog, which I can link below. As you can see at this point I've used a fair amount of it. Oh, the smell of it is so good. It smells exactly like roses, and there's no fragrance in this at all. It's just the natural extracts from the rose and all the natural oils. Oh, it just smells like fresh roses. I love this. And this is a cleansing balm, so in the night when you take off your makeup you take a little scoop of it. Usually I take, how much do I take? Maybe like a teeny tiny amount, not much at all. I massage it in my face just with dry hands, on dry face as well. And then once I massage it in, I just wet my hands and then I massage it again. And when it contacts with water, it turns into this milky texture. And then I take a wet cloth and just wipe it all away. And it takes off waterproof mascara. It's just really gentle to my skin. And now I'm not gonna lie, it's really, really pricey. I think this retails at £42. So it is a lot of money for what it is. How much is in there? It's 105 grams. But I've been using this for the past month and I haven't even used up a quarter of it yet. So it will last you for a long time. As I said, you don't need too much of it. But also, what I like about this, that you can use it also as a mask, as a moisturizing mask. So we'll take a little bit, put it on clean but dry skin, leave it on for about 10-15 minutes. And then you can just wash it away and it will leave your skin feeling so soft. So if you're someone who has dry skin, I think this can be a really nice, sort of multitasking product. But also there's a cheaper alternative to this, which is still cruelty free, which is the Body Shop, what is it called? The Body Shop Chamomile butter. I think it's called some sort of butter. That's really nice too, although I don't know if you can use that as a mask as well. I'm not too sure about that. But yeah, if you don't mind spending a bit more money on your skincare for something multitasking like this, it's amazing. Or even if you don't want to spend your money, just go into, where do they have Elemis? They have it in John Lewis. I'm pretty sure in Debenhams as well. Anyway, if you see an Elemis counter, go up and smell this because it smells heavenly. If you like floral scents, you will love this. The next item we have here is the Smashbox Primerizer, which is sort of like a skincare and makeup product in one. So I would say if you have really dry skin, moisturize first and then use this. Essentially, it's like a moisturizing primer. Now sometimes if I'm too lazy, I just use this. So I use my serum from Becca. Then I use this and then my makeup, and I just sort of skip moisturizing. Or if you're traveling somewhere, it might be a good option if you don't want to carry both a primer and a moisturizer. It's really nice. It's just a hydrating primer, and then mine is a teeny tiny size because it came in a box set. I think it was a holiday set for Smashbox, and it had this one in there. It had the blurring primer and also a small version of the primer water. But yeah, I really like this. It just it just leaves my skin really nice and hydrated. It preps my skin nicely before makeup, and that's all I want from my primer, especially because lately I've been sick, so my skin has been a bit drier than it would normally be, and yeah, this just helped it a lot. Next up, we are fully going into makeup now, and the first item I'm going to show you is this Body Shop Shade Adjusting Drop, and this is the lightening one. So the other day I went into the Body Shop because I knew that they do all these shade adjusting drops and I needed one in my makeup kit, and I tried this one and they had an offer on where you buy 2 and get the second half price. So I also picked up the darkening one, which I haven't tried yet. Well, I have, that's a lie. But I only tried it on my own skin as a contour. I actually haven't tried it as like a darkening drop in some foundations, because I haven't worked on anyone yet who I didn't have a matching foundation for. So for that we'll have to see. But I've tried this on myself and I really like it. It doesn't only lighten, but also if you have a foundation that's really light coverage, I feel like this adds a teeny tiny bit of coverage to it, which I don't mind because it doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It still sits there really natural, and other than lightening, yeah, I do feel like it just, you know, amps up the coverage a bit, which I'm not mad about. And also, yeah, it just works really well. It doesn't make the foundation, you know, cakey, it doesn't make it oily, it doesn't really change the texture. So yeah, the only bad thing I have to say about this is the packaging. Now it comes with a little dropper, which I don't mind, but the only problem is that the dropper doesn't always work, so I have to, like, you know, put it back in there, really squeeze it a few times to make sure something comes out, because sometimes there isn't anything coming out, which drives me nuts. So Body Shop, if you could do something about that little dropper, that would be amazing. But otherwise the product is great, and I have nothing bad to say about this. Now, the next in line is an eyeshadow palette, and if you've seen some of my videos here before, I'm sure you've seen this baby. This is the Rosé in the Air palette by Wet n Wild, and it's just beautiful. A lot of people say that this is a really good dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, the Modern Renaissance. I don't know, because I don't have that palette. The color story is really similar for sure. The pigmentation of these shadows is great. My only complaint is that when you use this shade there, now sometimes it blends away and you don't see that beautiful purpley pinky color. It just sort of blends into like a brownish shade, or like nothing. Let me see if I can show you on my hand what I mean. Yeah, so see, it's not, I mean, it's not bad, but that's the only shadow I'm not too sure about. All the other ones I really like. Now this, again, this is the only color, this shimmery brown one, that I'm not sure I've used yet. But all the other ones are well loved, and you can already see that there are a couple of dips going on, and I just really like this palette. I will say though, there's quite a bit of kickback with the colors. They're quite powdery, so make sure that if you go in there, just tap your brush off first so all the excess powder can fall off, otherwise you might have a lot of fallout under your eyes. If you're someone who, you know, does her eye makeup first, then it's okay, you can just brush it away, flick it away with the brush. Otherwise, just make sure you tap it off, because otherwise you will have a bit of fallout under your eyes. But again, for the price, I think I picked this up for about £3. But I think originally it's around £6. I just bought it when it was on discount, but even for £6, this palette is amazing. I mean, you get how many shades? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 shades in there, and they work really well, and I'm really impressed for the price. The next thing I have here is one of the Becca highlighters. Now this came in the little macaron set around Christmas, that's why it's so tiny and it has a really cute packaging. This is in the shade Prismatic Amethyst, and it's a really nice pinky colour. Let me swatch it for you so you can see it better. There you go. Oh, I'm not sure you can. Oh no, there it goes. There we go, there. Oh, there we go. So you can see it has a really pinky reflect to it. I don't necessarily use this on my cheeks just because I find it's a bit too pale and it's a bit too pink for my liking, and I don't necessarily want a really pink highlighter on my face. But I love this on my eyes. So what I usually do, if we go back into the Wet n Wild palette, I take, ooh, if I can open it, hold on. patience. There we go. So what I usually do, I take a really warm brown, something like this, apply this all over my lid, and then go over with this on top of it, and it just turns it into this beautiful iridescent purpley color, and it's just so stunning. Now I don't know, I think I made a video like this, but I'm not sure if it's edited at this point. It's all, you know, it takes me a while to edit things. So what I'm gonna do, I know I have a blog post about this where I did a look with these two, so I'm gonna link it down below so you can see how they look together. It's really, really stunning. If you have fair skin, this will look really nice with a pinky blush too, but I just personally don't really like a pinky highlight. But on the eyes, I love this stuff. And yeah, I mean, Becca highlighters in general, I have quite a collection. I have Moonstone, I have Royal Glow, I have Opal, I have Vanilla Quartz. Do I have something else? And then I have this one, so I think I have 5, maybe even more, but I can think of 5 now, and I generally really like the formula of these. And yeah, you should try them, they're amazing. The last makeup item I have is this Kiko Smart Color Mascara. Again, I've done a look with this before, so I'm going to link the video down below and even a blog post. I really like this. So this is the blue shade. Does it have a name actually? No, it's just called O2. And it's this beautiful navy blue colour. It's just really stunning. Now the wand on the mascara is not my favourite, and when you get the wand out, it takes up a lot of product, so you have to make sure that, you know, you sort of pull some of the product off it, otherwise it will just really stick your lashes together. And it takes a couple of layers to get that really intense colour, but once you do, oh, it's so stunning. So I would say that, you know, if you have green eyes or if you have brown eyes, this will look amazing. It will complement your eyes beautifully. And because it's Kiko, again, it's really cheap, and it's definitely worth the price. The next item is a brush. Again, this is from Becca, and it's the angled highlighter brush. This brush is a real multitasker. So it looks like a little angled brush, which I think most of us do use for bronzing, and so did I before I started using this brush. But I don't know what is it about it. I'm pretty sure the brushes are synthetic. And I love this for liquid foundation. It just buffs it in really easy. I love it for bronzer, I love it for blush, for powder, for highlighter. When I use it with a highlighter, what I do, let me just demonstrate it. So usually I just make sure that it's only one side of the brush that I dip into the highlighter. So you can see, hopefully, focus. You can see it's only half of the brush that has product on it, and then usually I go on my cheek just so I can apply the product that's on the brush, and then I sort of turn it around and then just buff it in, because obviously on the other side of the brush there's no product at all. And that way I don't apply way too much product on my face, but I can still buff it out because this brush is just so fluffy. Also it's so soft. And you know, I wash mine a lot and it doesn't shed. This is one of the brushes that's never shed on me other than the Sigma ones. And actually my Morphe brushes haven't shed either, so that's great value again. But this, I can't say anything bad about this brush. It's just a really good quality, really soft. And if I could, I would give one to everyone because it's amazing. Next item is a nail polish from Leighton Denny, and the shade is... where's the shade? Where is the shade name? Ah, it's called Starkers, and it's just this really beautiful nude shade. This is what I'm wearing on my nails today. As you can see, it's nothing... I mean, it's nothing special, a lot of people might say, but I've been looking for a nice nude that's still sort of see-through, so I can still see my nails, but it just gives them a bit of a flattering colour. And because this is quite pale it makes even my pale hands a bit more tanned or like healthy looking, which is quite hard to find without it turning into way too pink or way too brown. Oh, I just realized I ruined my nails just, so I'll have to redo that. But yeah, I really like this. I bought it about 2 weeks ago, but since then I think I had it on almost every single day. And what I like about it, that because it's nude, obviously it's harder to see if it chips anyway, but when I've put this on for a whole week, it didn't chip at all. It didn't, you know how sometimes it just, the ends of it like wear away? This didn't do that at all. It didn't budge. The only reason why I had to change it is because I could see between my nail bed and the bottom of my nails that my nails are growing, so I had to redo it. But it's just amazing. The very time of it, I don't know how they do it. I don't know if it's the same with every single formula, because this is the first ever latent Danny nail polish I've used. But well, kudos to them, because they've done something amazing with this color. So once I used up a few of my other nail polishes, I think I'm gonna try a couple more, because if all of them are like this, they will be a winner in my book. Yeah, really good. Now, the next item is a perfume, and I have to say it was a bit of a mistake purchasing this. For some reason, I thought when I bought this that Jo Malone was cruelty free, and then later on I realized that, oh no, I mixed it up with Diptyque in my head. Diptyque is cruelty free, Jo Malone isn't, and it's a bummer because it's an expensive product to start with. How much does this retail for? It retails for £47, I think, and it's really small. How small is it? It's 30 milliliters for £47, and you know, that's really expensive. And I was really bummed because obviously sometimes it happens, so I don't want to beat myself up too much about it, because, you know, well, I already bought it. There's nothing I can do about it. I already used it, so I can't really bring it back, because again, it was my stupidity. It's not the shop. And also, if someone buys me something that's not cruelty free, again, I will still use that, just because, first of all, I feel, you know, I feel like it's rude to say like, oh no, I can't use that. But also, damage is already done, they already purchased it, and I'm just not gonna, you know, write about it on my blog or anything like that. But with this perfume, the reason why I'm talking about it is now, because I love this smell, and I wonder if anyone used this before, or if you know a really good cruelty-free option. So the scent I have is the Peony and Blush Suede, and again, just like the Elemis balm, well, I'm pointing there because it's down there in the bed, but it has just that really fresh rose scent to it. And I mean, I know it's not rose, it's peony, but again, it's that amazing, really fresh floral scent. And in the spring and summertime, I really like either floral or like really fruity scents. So another favorite perfume of mine, which is cruelty free, as far as I know, is the Marc Jacobs Daisy. So you can tell I really like floral scents. So I'm wondering if anyone knows a good cruelty free option for this. I'm gonna use this up now because it was really expensive, and well, I already purchased it, the damage is done. I'm not gonna repurchase it after that because I realized my mistake. But yeah, please, if you know a good cruelty free option, let me know, because I love the scent. Also, again, they're not cruelty free, but they are just such a strong scent that I literally just spray one on this side of my neck, another little spritz on this side, and it will stay on the whole day. Oh, such a shame that they're not cruelty free. Oh, the scent. Please let me know if you have a cruelty free option for the Jo Malone Peony and Blush Suede cologne, because I would love that. Another favorite of mine lately is this Rebel milk. And I know what you're thinking. Oh my god, it's just a box of milk. What is so special about it? I mean, it might not be everyone's cup of tea or milk. Hahaha. I know, punny. But I really like this. So recently, I watched a video from the vegan couple. I'm gonna link it below. where I'm not too sure where is it, in Pakistan? I don't know. They went into a dairy farm and they took a video there, and it was enough to put me off my milk. And if you know me, you know that I love milk. I love my hot chocolate, and I basically drink milk, I think, every day, but if not every day, every second day at least. And that video was enough for me to put me off milk, and I decided that that's it. I'm not gonna drink milk anymore. Now, I'm not vegan, I'm not even vegetarian, and cheese is okay because I don't often eat cheese. I will say that, you know, it will take me a while to transition. So milk, it's okay, it's easy enough to swap. But with every other dairy product, it might take me a while, but I feel like, you know, it's a good start. And I was thought about going vegan, but for me, it's a really long process, and you know, I might get there one day, I might not get there at all, I don't know. But you know, I will start with the milk for now and say no to milk. And I drank plant milks before, so you know, every once in a while we had oat milk at home. I love oat milk. I also love hazelnut milk for hot chocolate, it just goes really well with it. I also like soy milk, and so you know, it's not a new concept for me not to drink dairy milk, but I never fully cut it out before. And this is one that I never tried before, and what got me is that on the box it said somewhere, oh yeah, there it goes, what we all really want from a dairy-free alternative is that it tastes, looks just like real milk, right? We couldn't find one, so we made one. How do we make it so milky? Coconut cream for creaminess, Himalayan salt for savoriness, brown rice for sweetness, cashew for earthiness, and nutritional yeast for grassiness. Now that's what it say in there. To me, this tastes like coconut, but I'm not sure it has any coconut in it actually, now that I read the side. Hold on. Oh no, the coconut cream, that's what it is. So, this milk tastes just like Bounty in liquid form. You know, the chocolate. Oh, it's so good. And I never tried coconut milk before, so maybe I can try that after this. It's quite pricey, this bottle of milk. But I never tried coconut milk just because I don't really like coconut water. So, you know, in my head I'm like, oh, it can be that different. I don't think I'm gonna like this. But after this, I might give it a try. Because this one tastes just like liquid Bounty. And especially if you make it with some hot chocolate powder, if you mix it in, oh my goodness, it is like a liquid Bounty, just, you know, because you have chocolate as well, and it just tastes so good. It's nice cold, it's nice hot, but also I like this by itself. The only way I found for this, how I not like it, is if I put it in my coffee, which I didn't quite think through, but obviously with coconut it's not the best option. But I love my coffee with either soy milk or oat milk, so that's fine. And also when we are cooking, the best way we found is to cook with soy milk, unless maybe if you make like a curry, because you know that already has like chicken korma, for example. That should be quite nice with coconut milk because it has a coconutty base anyway. But yeah, I really like this. There's a lot of rumbling on about milk. But this is really nice, so I highly recommend that you try this, even if you are not, you know, vegan, or if you don't want to swap out your dairy milk. Just give this a try, because if you like Bounty, you're gonna really like this. It's really good. Another favorite of mine lately is a print, which hopefully I will learn how to like insert a picture here or here, I don't know, somewhere on the screen. And I love that print. So I got that print for my birthday from my boyfriend, who knows me really well. And again, if you know me, you know that I love dogs, but because currently we are renting our home, we can't have a dog in this flat, which is a bit of a heartache for me. But hopefully once we have our own place, we can have a dog, well, if we have enough time to look after it. And on this print, he have a son It's like reaching down, stroking a dog that's like sort of on his back and smiling, and it's really, really cute. And he said that, you know, as soon as he looked at that print, it's so me. And also, if you look at my YouTube handle, or if you go over to my blog, my Instagram handle, my Twitter handle, my Pinterest handle, they are all at Szannyside. And Szanny is a nickname that came of a really lovely friend of mine, and I just sort of adopted that. And my blog is called The Szannyside of Life, which is sort of a play on the sunny side of life, because I like to be quite positive, and I feel like I am quite positive most of the time, and I try to. So, you know, he just said that as soon as he looked at that picture, it reminded him of me, and he even showed it to me before, and I loved it, and I just sort of forgot about it. And then he surprised me with that print on my birthday, and I just really, really love it. And yes, now it's right above our TV, so we see it every single day, and it just makes me smile. It's the cutest thing ever. The next two things are two TV shows. Now, one of them well, maybe in the US you can, but I don't think you can watch it in the UK on telly. Maybe you can, but I haven't found it, so maybe let me know. But I'm watching it on Netflix, which is RuPaul's Drag Race. It's season 11, and oh, I love it. Now, so far I think I've followed every single season of RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm not sure I've watched the first one. Maybe I did, I don't know, but I found RuPaul's Drag Race about 4 years ago, 5, and in the beginning I remember I started with season 1 and 2, and you know, it was a bit weird, but the artistry that goes into it, and all the drag queens who put on all this makeup and the dresses they put together, it always amazes me. Like, it's one thing to do, you know, an everyday makeup, but to completely transform your face, especially because most men have, you know, quite masculine features. They are, you know, they don't have as many curves in their face, and it's just a lot more angular. And what they can do with makeup and dresses, it just amazes me every single time. And you know, it was a bit weird in the beginning, and as you go and go forward in the show, it gets weirder and weirder, because, you know, people got used to drag queens now. Well, whoever is watching the show anyway. But it's just amazing. So I would say if you start watching it, maybe start from like season 2, 3, because if you start at like season 8, you might be like, oh, too much. I definitely did it when I showed it to my boyfriend. He was a bit shocked in the beginning, but now, because I watch it all the time and, you know, he sees bits of it, he's like, oh yeah. So yeah, it's a really, really good show. Some of my favorites this season, always differently, Benji, because, well, how can you not love her? And she's really good at makeup, she's really good at dancing. I would say fashion wise, yes, she's always wearing the same thing so far, so, you know, that could be changed up, but I really, really like her. Who else do I like this season? Oh, what's her name? Now that's another thing, I'm really, really bad with names. I'm good with faces, but with names, let me get my phone and then I can find a name. Like, the guy who's Benji dating, what's his name? It's on the tip of my tongue. Where's my phone? Found it. From previous seasons, I really like Kimchi, just because the artistry that goes into her transformation, oh, it's amazing. I also really, really liked Raja, just because, well, he's a makeup artist, and that really translated on the runway, and he was really, really high fashion, which I'm not. I mean, I'm sitting here in, you know, in a little sweatshirt, in a little jumper, but yeah, I loved his outfits. I really, really like Sharon Needles, just because he was the first one on Drag Race who went a bit more into gore rather than always bringing, you know, the glamorous face, so I really, really like that. And yeah, let me see what's... I'm really bad with names, so let me see if I can find the name. Oh, Brooklyn Heights, that's the one. Oh my goodness, I don't know why, I just love her. She's amazing, and again, she has a dancing history, so every time they have a dancing challenge, she just kills it. She kills it on the runway too with her fashion looks, and I just really, really like her style. So yeah, Benji and Brooklyn are two of my favorites this season. If you watched the Drag Race, let me know below who are your favorites. And yeah, did you have any previous favorites from previous seasons? I don't know, but it just seems like they're upping it every single season with something, and I just can't handle it. But yeah, this season comes out every single week, an episode on Netflix. So every week it's coming on Fridays, and every Friday I'm just like, come on, I want to watch it. On to the next one. My last favorite this time around is another TV show, which I don't know if you can actually watch it in the US. It's a British TV show. It's a reality talent show type thing called Glow Up, which is for makeup artists, and we are on to episode 5. I'm filming this video on Monday. It comes out every Monday, so I think episode 6 is coming out today. And basically it's like, you know, The Voice or X Factor, but for makeup artists. So the judges are Volgar Lund, who, well, we all know her. And in the second judge, oh, what's his name? Now, I will admit I didn't know him before this show, and I looked up his work. He's good. I mean, to me, it doesn't get better than Volgar Lund. I'm just gonna put it out there now. But his work is really good, obviously, otherwise he wouldn't be judging a makeup show. Let me find his name. And there we go. So it's Volgar Lund and Dominic Skinner, who I've never heard of before, but he's good. Now Luke keeps saying that he just can't handle his moustache. He has quite a pointy little moustache. If you look up pictures, you will know what I'm talking about. But yeah, he knows his job. And then we have Stacey Dooley, who's the host, and the show is just amazing. I mean, I like every single show that has makeup involved somehow. I think that's what got me started on RuPaul's Drag Race as well in the first place. But also I watched before Skin Wars, which again you can find on Netflix. There's Skin Wars, and then there's Skin Wars... oh, what is it? So there are 2 different types of Skin Wars on Netflix that I watched. They're both good. Anything with the makeup content will keep me entertained, so you know. Just because there are not that many. And another thing I love when it comes to makeup shows is Face Off. Oh, no, that's really good. So Face Off is slightly different from Glow Up. Glow Up is, other than being UK based, it's more about every single area of makeup. So I think in the first episode they had to do photo shoot makeup. Then in the second episode they had stage makeup, but stage makeup as in like SFX makeup. And then after that they had social media, so they had Nikki tutorials there, which was amazing. And then after that it was what was it? They had like a black and white themed makeup, but I can't remember what that was together with. And then last week they had a drag, actually, which was really cool. And they had Kimchi on the show, which you know, she looked amazing as always. As you can see, I have no words. I was really excited that 2 of these words are colliding, and I was sitting there like, yes, Christmas came early. But yes, it was really, really good. And I'm not too sure what's happening this week, so I will, after I'm done with this, I'm gonna go and watch it because I really like it. But yeah, and then Face Off is slightly different because Face Off is more about body painting and SFX makeup, but it's heavily SFX makeup, whereas here in Glow Up, you know, when they were doing like theater and special effects, they already had the props done and they just had to apply it, which is, you know, it can be tricky enough in itself. But then in Face Off, they do their own makeup from beginning till the end. So they are molding and casting and all that, you know, heavy duty work that goes into it. And there they actually have more days for a challenge, just because again they have to cast and mold and, you know, sculpt their pieces. So it's a bit more complicated and it's a bit more complex. But that was really, really good. And Face Off had... how many seasons did it have? It had a lot of seasons, and I'm not sure now, But a couple of years ago when I was watching it in the UK Apple store, you could only find I think 1 or 2 seasons. So I had a really hard time finding the rest online to watch because, I don't know, they just don't make it easy. And also it was on the Sci-Fi channel, but I couldn't find it in the UK version, only in the US for some reason, and I was gutted. But yeah, I loved Face Off. There was literally weeks when I was not watching anything else but Face Off. It's so good. But yeah, I really like Glow Up too. So that's a really long-winded way to get where I want to. But as you can see, if there's makeup involved in a show, I'll be there and I will watch it. So if there's any other show that you know where it's about makeup other than Skin Wars, Face Off and Glow Up, please let me know, because I love those 3 and I would love to find more. Because, you know, I have YouTube obviously, but it's always nice to find, you know, different aspects of makeup and how... That's another reason why I love watching this, because it's really interesting how different artists are thinking about the same theme. Because obviously every single week there's some sort of theme that they go along to, and they get one brief and they all interpret it in their own way. And obviously, as I'm sitting there watching, my mind is roaring too, and just like, oh, what could I do? And what would I do? And I would this, and I would do that, and I could do it differently. That's another thing with Glow Up, by the way. I'm getting overly excited here, I know, I'm sorry. But they, well, not they, Wild Garland, I think, is doing like an Instagram competition each week, which I haven't really had the time yet to sit down and do a look for. But each week, after the show comes live, then she asks her Instagram followers or people who are following the show to recreate the look in their interpretation. So, you know, whatever was the theme, she then puts it out there for people to recreate, and I think you can win with her. I'm not too sure what. I think she'll repost your picture, or there's some sort of prize going on, I don't know. But I think it's a really cool idea to, you know, get the community to engage, and yeah, really cool show. If you're still here after all this rambling, you're a true champion. Kudos to you, you did really well, and thank you for, you know, sticking with me till the end. And hopefully I will see you in my next video. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe and give this video a like, and let me know down below if you have any recommendations or if there's any videos that you would like me to do. Then yeah, just please let me know, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye bye, have a lovely day. I'm gonna start with Skinscape. Purpley pink